And if I'll bow my knees to Jesus Christ, in every part of my life, if I will submit to the lordship of Jesus, because there's no other name under heaven that God has given whereby I must be saved. I must be delivered. I must be set free. If I will bow my knees to Jesus, then and only then does the devil have to listen to me. I'll bow my knees. I'll say, in the name of Jesus, you foul spirit. I've had the privilege of casting devils out. I don't make a big deal out of it. Some people make it a real, real big deal. And Danny and I, at times, in all of our lives, we don't bow our knees to Jesus. We go through times of rebellion and disobedience. The enemy finds a way into our camp. We just, we're out of the will of God. We just won't surrender sometimes. How many know sometimes we get stubborn? Or am I the only one? Pig-headed. We just want to do it our way. But Danny and I went down to Suriname. And it's basically a Hindu nation, a lot of Hindus. Hindus, a terrible religion. Their temples are full of statues of devils. They're called, they're gods, but they're actually devils. They look like devils. And somebody warned me before we went down there, oh, those people are Hindus, and they're full of demons, and they're full of devils, and they are. They worship devils. So we got down there, and I'm ministering, and God is moving, and devils are manifesting. But one day we're out with another minister. He's going to speak in his church that night, and we're going door to door, and we come to this door, and this young lady comes out, and she was probably a lady in her 20s. And I have an interpreter, and I begin to speak to her, and I'm submitted to Christ. I know I'm submitted to Christ. I'm on fire for Christ. I'm living for Christ. And as I'm speaking to her about the Lord, all of a sudden, her eyes rolled up in her head. She went into like an epileptic fit, and she fell to the ground. Now it's demons manifesting. Well, a lot of people don't understand. It's not yelling and screaming and spending hours and hours. You're trying to drive the devil out, and you're not submitted to God, you're in trouble. So this minister, he's trying to cast devils out of her. He's going on, Danny's standing. I said, hold. I grabbed him. I said, hold it, brother, stop. She's having an epileptic fit. It's a demonic power manifested. I said, step back. What? I said, step back. And I knelt down, and I simply whispered. I said, in the name of Jesus Christ, you foul demons, come out of her now. One time. And then I backed off. Well, she's still having a fit. No, you understand. This thing's by faith. When I tell the devil to get, he has got to get. So I said, in the name of Jesus, you come out. And then I began to thank God. Lord, I thank you that she's free. I thank you. I thank you. So she goes on for about another minute and a half. I don't know how long. You have to ask Danny how long this went on for. And all of a sudden, I literally perceived the demons left her. She left out a real deep breath and this will happen when you cast devils out of people. They go, and the minute she breathed out, her whole countenance changed. I started to cry. I saw freedom hit her. Freedom came upon her. We helped her up, hugged her, led her to the Lord, prayed over her. When we left that young lady, she was a completely different young lady. That night at that meeting, she was there, and she was glowing. The next night, she was there, she was glowing. Danny and I left Suriname. We came back down a year later. Guess what? She was still there glowing. Give the Lord a hand clap. But see, there is no other name, but I've got to submit to that name. I've got to surrender to that name. He's got to be Lord. He's got to be Lord over me for me to exercise lordship.